Hello and welcome to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm your host, Car.Ross Sr. And this platform was created to motivate and to inspire in hopes that you will become a better you. I'd like to take the time to say hello to everyone listening out there all over the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate you guys listening to the Ross Cloud Podcast. And we are here live and direct right here at the National Black Theater Festival right here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the Benton Convention Center. And we have our very, very, very special guest here in the building. We have the one and only
Jawari Boyd.
And Shante Hutchinson, also known as Sky Luna.
All right, talk that talk. All right. So listen, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're not going to hold you guys up any longer. So who wants to go first? Where you guys from?
All right, so I'll go ahead and start it all off. My name is Jawari Boyd. I am coming from Raleigh 919 in the building. And we are here in Winston-Salem. We are taking over. We are completely enamored by this film festival. There has been so many different vendors, so many different black businesses, and everything has been absolutely incredible. So it's an honor to be on this podcast, Ross, and I'm ready to give some inspiration, some motivation.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shante Hutchinson. I am from the 704, Charlotte, North Carolina. We are here for the National Black Theater Festival. We happened to come across this randomly. Jawari's grandmother recommended us to come see a few plays, so we decided, you know what? Let's support these black films and plays, and of course show up and show out.
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for just stopping by and actually chatting with me. I think this is so awesome, and we can sit here and dialogue and push everything that you guys have going on. I'm here to serve you guys.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So what do you guys do? You can start with whoever wants to start first.
Sure, I can start first.
Ladies first.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Shante again. Okay. I am also known as Sky Luna. So I am in the pole fitness realm.
Okay.
All right. So I recently quit my 9-to-5 to pursue my entrepreneurial endeavors as a poler, right? And so I think in the past, a lot of us are misconceived of the thought of a pole dancer, right? Sure. You immediately think, oh, she's a stripper or she's an exotic dancer. Nothing's wrong with that. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, you.
Get it how you live.
Yeah.
But I more so went into the pole industry to help women, with generational trauma, generational curses, trying to help them with their femininity and also self-esteem. That's why I went into it. Yeah. So right now I'm working on building my pole community within Charlotte, North Carolina, but also within a virtual community. So I can help women who are looking to find themselves through the art of pole and finding a way to show their artistry.
I love that.
And so that's what I'm doing right now.
I love it. It's a great deal of fitness that goes behind that too, right?
Absolutely.
Ooh, athleticism, but anybody can do it though, you think?
Anybody can do it. And everybody is a pole body. That's what I always like to tell somebody.
I like that. Yeah.
They always think, hey, I need upper body strength to do pole, and you don't.
Really?
Because we got some curvy queens who are killing it on the pole. Okay?
Wow.
You can do it. You just have to put your mind to it.
That's it. And so where do you operate your business at? You're in Charlotte, right?
Yes, I'm in Charlotte. Okay. But I am looking to make virtual. This a virtual experience. Gotcha. And so right now, for anyone who's interested, we all can meet up in Charlotte, North Carolina. But if you want a virtual experience, I am willing to meet with you virtually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, all we have to do is get you a pole.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So are poles expensive?
Yes. You know, honestly, if you're going to invest in a pole, people don't realize this is a whole business.
Sure.
So the pole industry is very expensive, but once you look at it as an investment.
Sure.
And so the pole that I recommend to get is about $375.
Okay.
$375.
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable, but you can get something on the affordable side for maybe $100, $125.
Well, we don't want nobody falling off of that thing.
Quality pole.
You know what?
So you might as well spend the money.
You might as well spend the money.
Yeah, absolutely. What else do you do?
So what else do I do? So outside of the pole industry, I am a multi-talented or multifaceted creative. So I help with small business consulting. So if anyone ever needs help with small business startup, I can help them with web development. I can also help them with how to market their brand on social media. A lot of businesses are really good at their actual craft, but when it comes down to marketing and building their business digitally, they have a hard time doing that.
Yes.
So what I typically do is work with small businesses and teach them how they can build their brand virtually.
I got you. That's good news for us that are a little older, that are jumping out here, that's still learning social media and other ways to market too.
Right.
So I think that's great. And yourself, sir?
Yeah, so my name is Jawari Boyd, also known as the Sweaty Vegan, and we're going to get into that in a second, but keep that in mind.
I like it.
It's super important.
Okay,
So as far as my background, I worked corporate for about 6 years, software engineering. I love technology, so let's talk about empowering our people.
Yeah.
I've always thought that technology, that was the great equalizer. That was the way for us to stop being consumers and start being creators.
Yeah.
And really get our hands dirty when it comes to controlling how our businesses are operated, controlling the type of technology that we want to consume.
Yeah.
So I was into it. But I also had a love for fitness. I had a love for health. I had a love for taking care of ourselves.
Yes.
My father, he actually had a few different scares with heart attacks and different things like that.
Yeah.
And then just historically, my family has had just different fights against their health and well-being.
Sure.
And so during the quarantine, I actually decided to do virtual workouts. Fantastic. It was this awesome group of people from different states, different regions, all coming together with the same purpose of motivating each other.
Sure.
We all know it's hard to stay in shape. We all know it's hard to stay motivated. It's hard to stay accountable.
Yeah.
But when you have people who love you and who care about you and who are rooting for you, it becomes a whole lot easier. And so we started this group, Workouts with Friends. It's been running for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And I decided to leave my corporate job because I fell in love with Workouts with Friends. And now I do personal training.
I'll give you a hand clap for that.
Yes.
For both of you, that's a bold move.
Yeah, it's been exciting.
I love it. You guys are now independently doing your own thing. And you know what? There's so much freedom in that. So much joy in that.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And if you could say something to maybe that older gentleman, that older woman, that younger woman, young man, maybe a young family that wants to go in business and maybe fear has suffocated their dream or and it has actually just kept them from moving, what would you say to them to empower them? Either one of you can go first.
So I guess I can go first.
Sure.
The biggest thing that I always want to acknowledge is like what drives your passions. You know, I understand you have responsibilities. We all do.
Sure.
But what drives your passions? Remember that fear is fake evidence acting real.
Yeah.
So are you going to stop your passions and your dreams from coming to fruition because of fear? Those who don't take risk on themselves always remain complacent.
Yes.
And so I always try to tell people, if you're afraid, always try to find something you can do to like fulfill your passion, even on the weekends, on the weekdays.
Yeah.
We don't even realize, but every single day that we're working or living out our lives, we're working towards our passion, and we don't even realize it because we're so clouded with the thought of fear or the thought of responsibility.
Yeah.
And I always just say, just start off small.
Yeah.
Turn that into a hobby, and that hobby will drive you so much to the point you're going to say, you know what, it's time for me to turn this into a business.
I love it. Beautiful.
And if you really believe in God, then you got to believe.
Clap it up.
You got to believe in passion and faith.
That's what I'm
Yes.
A word.
Because we are made in his likeness and his image. He is the creator, so we're creative.
Come on.
Of course.
All right. I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
The church said amen. Go ahead, man, if you would.
I was going to say it's hard to follow up, but what I would say is you have to get started.
Yeah,
you have to
true.
get started. One of our biggest fears is psyching ourselves out, telling ourselves we're not good enough, telling ourselves that we're not as good as some of the people we admire. Who cares?
That's right.
You have to get started.
Yes, sir.
That is a crippling fear for so many people, but if you can break past that fear, if you can get past that point of just saying, you know what, I'm going to stop comparing myself.
Yes,
I'm going to stop looking around at other people. I'm going to believe that what I have is a gift and I can bring it to the table.
Yes.
Oh, you'll take off.
Period.
Oh, you'll take off.
Man, you guys are just absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you a question. You both have the natural look.
Oh.
I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I want to ask both of you your perspective and just hear your thoughts on the Crown Act. Are you guys familiar with the Crown Act?
I was going to say, please.
Okay, so the Crown Act has to do with black folks and us wearing our hair.
Yes.
Ooh.
And I thought maybe you guys could just kind of just touch on it. But while you guys go ahead and talk, I'll go ahead and pull this computer up.
Yeah.
And we'll do a little bit more information about it. Okay. I know about the Crown Act and the importance of the Crown Act, but I just want to hear your thoughts about us as people wearing our natural hair, just from your perspective.
Yeah, I'll start first because I think that Sky Luna probably has a really good perspective.
I'm sure she does. I can tell.
So I'll go first. I'll go first to warm things up.
Sure.
I would say that really the idea of wearing your hair natural, wearing what you would like to wear, and kind of presenting your most authentic self just comes from self-actualization. It's this idea that I know who I am. You can't tell me who I am. You can't change who I think I am, and I'm proud to be who I am. I can walk in any room and walk up with my head held high and walk in confidence. So when I think about natural hair, or I think about that you're trying to wear a style that may not be conforming to the rest of the crowd, I think it comes from a place of understanding that I am proud. I am proud to be black. I'm proud to have all this hair. I'm proud to have a nose. I'm proud to have these arms, these elbows. Everything about me is made in God's image, and it's beautiful. And you're going to get all of this beauty, 100%.
I love that.
I love that too.
Yeah. I'm tapping in. I'm in my bag.
I see you
in my bag.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's what the Crown Act means. It means creating a respectful and open world for natural hair.
Yes.
It's the official campaign of the Crown Act led by the Crown Coalition. We're ending hair discrimination.
Yes.
The Crown Act was created in 2019 by Dove and the Crown Coalition in partnership with the state senator, Holly J. Mitchell of California, to ensure protection against discrimination based on race-based hairstyles by extending statutory protection to hair texture and protective styles such as braids, locks, twists, and knots in the workplace and public schools.
Those partnerships were important because I was waiting. I was like, okay, if I hear too many companies, you got to make sure it's authentic. I think that I think that being able to see, when you even think about watching the news, right?
Sure.
And how big of a deal it is for an anchor to wear her hair naturally.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
It's important for us to see ourselves on TV, in media. It's important because we have to realize we exist in these spaces.
Yes.
And we exist in these spaces without having to change who we are.
Come on.
So that's why I think that even kind of understanding more now that you've given me more context, I understand the power of presenting you as a black woman, as a black man, without changing, without conforming, on television, in film, on radio, in all these spaces.
Yes.
Woo. So, it's powerful.
So I just want to touch on the whole
Go ahead,
thought of conforming.
I'll let you touch on it.
I think we as African Americans were whitewashed. Of course, going back to that slavery era, we were whitewashed.
Yes.
And of course, now that we're coming out of that, or now that we're trying to find our identities, we're realizing that, yes, we were whitewashed. We were at a point where we wanted to conform to this white look. And it's like, no, okay, I'm not going to continue wearing a relaxer. So I want to say back in 2011, I remember looking at my hair and I was like, I'm tired of these relaxers. Now, mind you, when I was wearing my hair natural, I was picked on all the time because it wasn't straight. It was kinky curly, right? And so after a while, I just told myself I need to figure out what I'm going to do in order to go against the grain. So that's when the big chop came in. Everyone, it felt like people were going against the grain with cutting their hair off to go natural without the relaxer. And so with me, I was like, you know what? I'm no longer going to conform to society and what people think of me.
That's right.
I'm no longer going to wear my hair straight. I am going to wear it in its natural state.
Sure.
Now, when it comes down to the quality and taking care of your hair, we still have to take care of our crown.
Yes,
don't get me
absolutely.
wrong.
Yeah.
And I think we sometimes forget that because we're not educated on how to take care of ourselves or our hair, we forget that we can take care of ourselves and still look beautiful the way that we are. Okay,
so don't just roll out of the bed.
Don't just roll out of the bed. And you got your hair looking like a Brillo pad. Take some time to moisturize your hair because God made you with 4C hair. You need to walk around with that 4C hair. Okay?
Yes.
And then even with conforming to the corporate world, once again you're being conformed. You're being whitewashed to think that you are not good enough wearing your natural hair.
Yeah, that's true.
So I say all that to say, take care, just like you take care of yourself, take care of your hair.
You got to do it.
Wear your crown.
You got to do it. Yes. Wow.
I will.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I will say at first I was a little nervous when you mentioned some of the companies because I think with certain initiatives, right, you do just have to make sure that there are black leadership making the decisions, black voices, black hands in the decision making, so there's no exploitation going on. And
that's what I love what you both said about whitewashing. Sometimes when we look at Juneteenth, I feel like it's becoming whitewashed because it's so commercial now.
Yeah.
So now we're going for the party, and we forget the true meaning behind it.
Right.
So that is so true. We're grateful for the opportunity for it to come to the forefront. Yeah. But the protection of the true meaning and the legacy of it and the importance of the history of it is so valuable to us as a community because so much has been stolen and taken from us. Right. So to have something that's so precious as Juneteenth, the Crown Act, and many other events that we don't talk about much, those things are valuable to us. So I'm going to tell you guys are just absolutely a breath of fresh air. You guys are just awesome. And these are young adults. Can you tell them how old you are?
Yes, I'm 29. I just turned 29.
Hey, all right.
I'm 28. I like my women a little older,
Okay.
So, what I mean, going after the Cougars. So I got me a little 29-year-old. I got me a 29-year-old.
Love it. Man, you're so crazy. I absolutely love it, though. Oh, that's so awesome. So listen, I think you guys have already said something to motivate everybody, right?
Yeah.
To empower them. So listen, we're going to go ahead and close it out. Can you tell the folks how they can follow you and get in contact with the both of you?
Yeah, so like I said, for my pole fitness business, my name is skyluna.poles on Instagram. You can also look me up on TikTok as well under Skyluna Poles. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and so once again, my name is Jawari Boyd. That's JAWARIBOYD. You can find me on Instagram at _sweatyvegan. So I'm sweaty and I like vegan food. I mean, it don't get no simpler than that.
Yeah,
we would love to have you in our workout community. Yeah. So come check us out and I'll be happy to see you.
All right, guys. I hope you guys have heard something today that can help you become a better you. Again, this is the Ross Cloud Podcast, and we are here live and direct at the National Black Theater Festival, and it is mob-tastic. Make it a great day and keep being great. Peace.